Hey, good afternoon. It's a beautiful Friday afternoon. I'm really getting sucked into this whole bike culture thing. So last time we left off, I was working on the CR250, cleaned the carb out because the primary jet or primary circuit was plugged, and just blew everything out and kind of gave it the once over. But the one thing that I noticed after I was done with that is, so you can see that there's fuel collected around here, right? I sprayed this off several times and then run the bike, shut the fuel off, and I know that the gasket in here is shrunken up. So I've got a new gasket. So I'm going to replace that. I'm going to replace these hoses too, just because they look like crap. But yeah, I've never seen where, like, here's the seam where the bowl meets the carb and the gasket's in between there. I've never seen where fuel can actually work its way up a surface through surface tension. So I can't see anywhere above here where it's leaking. It could be coming out of this hole, but like, I don't know. It's so slow that it's so hard to tell. So I'm gonna replace that and see if I can get it going, and yeah, we'll see how it goes. And yeah, I know I'm dressed up for the motor here. I've got, I'm gonna change because I shouldn't be working on bikes and stuff like this because my wife will get pissed. So we'll run through that and see how it works and check back with you in a few. So hopefully this gives you a little bit better view of what I was talking about. So like, look, there's fuel on the top side of this line here, right? And the whole bowl is coated. I don't get it. But we'll get the carb out here in a sec. I mean, it only took me like 5 minutes. It took me longer to go upstairs and change than it did to rip this down. So yeah, we'll get those lines and stuff updated and take the carb apart and replace the gasket and do all that fun stuff and see what happens. Alright, so as you can see, the bottom of the carb, the surface looks pretty good. Doesn't look like there's any major dings or anything like that in there, so it should seal pretty well. Here's the gasket, and it doesn't really protrude above. It looks like it's crushed. See, there's some things you can do to revitalize the seals. I didn't want to mess around with that. I just ordered up a new gasket, but we'll get that installed. And it looks like got some remnants of some RTV, so I'm assuming the previous owner had the same problem and fixed it with that. Yeah, so you can see there's RTV in there as well, and then on the gasket itself, same deal. So yeah, he had the same problem. I don't know. The new gaskets on the left, the old gaskets on the right, I don't know if they're going to be much thicker, but we'll get this installed and see if it protrudes up like I think it should. So I know this isn't exactly pushed down, smashed in here, but it does seem to protrude up a little bit, so I'm hoping that fixes the problem. If not, troubleshooting continues. Alright, we're a few days later now with replacing the float bowl gasket, and I also did some lines, vent hose lines, but let's take a look and see if the gasket on the float bowl fixed our problem. I am super happy. We are dry as can be. So kind of takeaways on this, right, is probably from long-term storage. Just dried everything out. The other thing too is, so these vent tubes that I bought based on a recommendation from another YouTuber, nobody that's super well known, but did some carburetor videos, and I really like these factory looking lines, but the ones they recommended were super tough. Like I can't even get these lines down over the the vent tube barb or whatever you want to call it. And the other problem too is I assume that 5 feet would be sufficient, but as you can see, I still got a couple lines that I can't do. So my recommendations, granted I'm not a pro on bikes, but just from replacement standpoint, I'm looking for ease and I'm looking for flexibility with extra length and whatnot, right? So I would buy the 10-foot sections or more if you need to. If you're looking to get two replacements out of it, I'd maybe look for like 12 or 15 feet if they have it. The other thing is I need to replace the fuel lines because I want those to, you know, be matchy-matchy. But I'm super pumped. Bike looks like she's back and ready to roll, no problems. I don't need to worry about starting her on fire. But yeah, we'll see you on the next time. I hope you enjoyed. Peace out.